Hello everyone, welcome to today's video. Today we will be traveling to Oasis Springs and building a Spanish-style mansion. I was inspired to do this house by the awful weather that we've been having lately. It is so unbelievably cold. Today feels like -20 degrees and we've had -30 degrees for the past week. So I just wanted to go to the desert and escape from this cold. I saw these sort of covered porches on the Caliente house, and I wanted to add it to this house as well. I put one on the front that has a couple benches and some planter boxes, and then one in the back that has a grill and an eating area. This house really blends in with the neighborhood that I built it in. It's kind of an ugly house. It looks a lot like the ones that are next to it, but that's what I was going for. I played around with the layout of this house quite a lot because I didn't really have a plan of what I was doing, and I'm not used to building this kind of house. I'm used to building smaller houses and more like traditional suburban American style houses, but I really wanted to branch out and try something different that I don't normally do, and I wanted to use the Jungle Adventure pack because I really like the style of furniture that's in that pack. So I just used that in the base game for this build. The kitchen was like one of the only rooms that I didn't rearrange multiple times. And the counters that come with Jungle Adventure are some of my favorite countertops, so I already knew that I wanted to use those. I ended up with this big empty space in the middle of the living room and dining room area, so I did make that smaller and I made the porch bigger instead. I ended up moving the stairs to the side of the house because it fit better that way, and I was able to use the space in the upstairs better. One thing that I always neglect in my builds is the backyard. I just don't know how to furnish backyards, but I put this pool back there with a few lounge chairs, and I put a bar and a little seating area to hang out. I added some filler furniture to test the layout, but I do end up changing it again to make the house smaller because I started out with a really big house and that was too much for me. I think I just got rid of one of the bedrooms and then rearranged the door placement to make this layout work better. I really like how this teal living space turned out. I think this is one of my favorite rooms. I was going to put tile throughout this house, but I remember that Jungle Adventure has one of my favorite floorings and I really wanted to use that. The office is another one of my favorite rooms, but I really struggled with the color scheme for this. I just could not figure out what I wanted to do because the bookshelves do not have good swatches, but I ended up going with this bright orange and I really like how that turned out. It's definitely one of my favorite rooms. The other thing that was really difficult was choosing rugs because the base game has just awful rugs. And I don't really like the ones from Jungle Adventure. They're all really big and they're all like statement pieces, and that doesn't always work. So I've been wanting to start a Let's Play series, but here's the thing. I don't really play The Sims. I mean, I do obviously, but I don't really play with the gameplay that much. I do when I get a new pack, but for the most part I just build. And The Sims definitely is the best building game out there right now. But as far as gameplay goes, I'm not really that interested in it. So if there's any games that you guys think that I would enjoy playing, let me know in the comments down below, and I'll check some of them out. I was scrolling through the Steam library the other day, and there's just tons and tons of games about like cats for some reason. So I might have to check out one of those, see what that's all about. I used debug for a lot of the landscaping, and I really wanted to add these vines to this house. I think that added a lot of depth to it. These little baskets are one of my favorite things. These are from Jungle Adventure, but they're only in the debug menu, and I just love how they look. They're so cute and tiny, and they come in lots of different colors. They have like neutral colors, and they also have some bright patterns. Every single build I do, I am always trying to fit this wheelbarrow from Debug with these bright yellow flowers. I just think it is so cute, but I can never make it work in any of my houses. I also found these roof pieces in Debug, this like front facade and this chimney, but I'm pretty sure that the chimney is just in the regular base game as well. I think those added a lot of texture to the roof. think landscaping this house was actually pretty easy for me to do, which is surprising because usually desert houses are really difficult to landscape because there's not very many like desert plants in this game. The entire time that I was building this house, I honestly really hated it, but I like how it turned out in the end. I definitely need more practice building big houses though, because I did not know how to furnish this thing. I even got desperate and used the piano, which I've never used in my builds before, but I didn't know what else to put here and this fit perfectly. I really like putting plants in these empty pots that they have. That's like the only use for them. I like that it's like modular, but I wouldn't just use like an empty vase on the floor in my house. I feel like that'd be really weird. That's gonna be it for today, guys. Let me know what you think of this house. This will of course be on the gallery to download if you're interested. I'll leave that link down below if you want to check that out and check out some of my other builds. Hope you guys enjoyed the video, and I'll see you all next time. Bye everyone.